55 billion XRP in a series of monthly escrows back in 2017. It was a big step. This was done in order to maintain predictability and avoid large market dumps that would cause the price of XRP to become unstable. The strategic choice was made with the intention of fostering trust among prospective investors and the Bitcoin community. This action, which received extensive media coverage, was a watershed for Ripple. Up to 1 billion XRP is issued from escrow every month. Ripple uses what it needs for a number of things, such sales, rewards, and collaborations. After then, any unused XRP is put back into escrow. By ensuring a controlled and predictable release of XRP into the market, this cyclical process helps to usually increase when supply declines and demand either remains constant or increases. The question is, however, has Ripple actually used up 50 billion XRP? And this query has been going around the cryptocurrency world, stirring up a lot of interest from both investors and enthusiasts. Given the possible market ramifications, the prospect of such a large burn is both exciting and concerning. A burn of this magnitude would fundamentally change XRP supply dynamics, which could result in major price fluctuations. Ripple has not yet released an official statement verifying a full-scale escrow burn. It's difficult to distinguish fact from fiction in the absence of an official term. Speculation and false information can proliferate in the absence of a definitive confirmation. As they attempt to separate the truth from the noise, investors are left feeling uneasy. This type of rumor has been observed previously, particularly during periods of market declines or speculation spikes. These tales frequently spread swiftly thanks to social media and internet discussion boards, where conjecture can run wild. Such waves of speculation are nothing new to the crypto community. This occasionally results in unreasonable excitement or panic. In order to strengthen price support, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse alluded to the prospect of burning any outstanding escrow money back in 2021. However, no formal burn of this size has ever been carried out. His remarks were less about specific goals and more about possible tactics. As a result, the community is left wondering what Ripple will do next. In the past, some XRP was taken, but the market foresaw it, or the volume was already low, so it had little effect on the price. Unless there is a lot of trading activity or general market trends, the market's response to such events is frequently subdued. Therefore, although the concept of a 50 billion XRP burn is intriguing, the actual situation is much more complicated and unpredictable. Given the well-known volatility and unpredictability of the cryptocurrency market, investors should continue to exercise caution and knowledge. Let's now calculate this 1,000 tons fantasy. Many people hope that XRP would rise to such a great level, but what would it take to make that happen? Let's dissect it in detail and determine whether this dream is plausible. The overall supply would drastically decrease if 50 billion XRP were destroyed. However, a $1,000 token price would indicate a $50 trillion 0 cents market cap, even if there were only 50 billion XRP left. This is a startling figure that is difficult to understand and begs numerous issues regarding the viability of such a situation. That is more than twice the global GDP, to put that into context. Every nation's economic output is included in the global GDP, which is currently over $80 trillion, 0 cents. This comparison serves to highlight the sheer size of a $50 trillion, 0 cents market value. It is more than 25 times the market capitalization of Bitcoin at its peak. The most well-known cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, has never even approached this worth. This demonstrates the stark contrast between the stark Bitcoin 1 billion 1,000 XRP ideal and the state of the market now. In other words, even while the concept seems thrilling, a 1,000 XRP is just not supported by the math. Not very soon anyway. A situation like that is quite unlikely given the state of the economy and market dynamics. Therefore, even while dreaming is enjoyable, it's crucial to maintain a mathematical perspective and comprehend the intricacies involved. Contextualizing this is also crucial. Rarely does supply destruction alone propel cryptocurrency price growth. Utility is significantly more important. The real worth of XRP is found in its potential use in cross-bundle liquidity and CBDCs, its acceptance by financial institutions, RippleNet's growing reach, and the legal certainty following the SEC case. Short-term buzz may be generated via token burning, but persistent demand and real-world use will determine long-term price increases. This is when the exciting part begins. It will probably be a well thought out strategic decision rather than a publicity stunt if Ripple ever decided to burn a sizable amount of its escrow packs. Instead of showing up out of nowhere, it will coincide with significant adoption announcements such as a Ripple IPO international bank integrations or central bank agreements. Therefore, let's not overlook the wider picture, even though the XRP community has good reason to be thrilled about the concept. What is the bottom line then? That 1000 XRP dream is still just that, a dream. Until Ripple formally confirms a 50 billion burn and until it's connected to a larger strategic move, nevertheless, it is impossible to overlook the increasing interest in XRP's potential. XRP is making significant strides in the emerging financial industry, whether it be for ISO 2022 compliance, tokenized real estate, or cross-border payments. What do you think? Then, would everything change if there was a large XRP burn? Is utility truly more potent than the hype surrounding scarcity? If you're still hodling XRP, leave a comment below and like this video. Do you believe that XRP burning will ever be important, or is it just a bunch of nonsense? Remember to subscribe for more exclusive market research, cryptocurrency in-depth analyses, and XRP updates. Notice, this movie is intended solely for informational and educational reasons. It should not be interpreted as financial advice because it is not. Before making any investing decisions, please conduct your own research and speak with a certified financial advisor.